As we count down to the most romantic day of the year, there's good news when it comes to love.
Marriages are stronger now than they've been in a long time. The divorce rate is dropping. Britni McDonald now to take a look at the reasons why. Britni.
Well, we've all probably heard the old saying that half of marriages end in divorce, but that simply isn't true anymore. The divorce rate is actually down and continues to decline. Experts say one big factor, people are taking their time and waiting to wed.
We wanted to be together for the rest of our lives, so she's my best friend and we decided to get married.
It's every romantic's dream, falling in love, getting married, and having kids. In Charlie and Kelly Lively's case, twin girls.
Prize of a lifetime.
Yep.
Right there.
Life changed very quickly.
But getting to this point took time. In fact, it took about 10 years. Charlie and Kelly knew each other in high school, but it wasn't until they were in their late 20s that they started dating, and they didn't tie the knot until they were in their 30s.
I mean, it wasn't even in my mind to settle down in my early mid-20s. I mean, I was just kind of focusing on me for a while. I wasn't going to settle.
It's become more of a modern path to marriage, and it seems to be working. The divorce rate has been on the decline over the past 3 decades. Divorce peaked back in the 70s and 80s at about 55%. VCU psychology professor Dr. Everett Worthington Jr. says now it's dropped to about 43%. A recent New York Times Upshot article broke down the numbers, showing about 70% of marriages that began in the 90s reached their 15th anniversary. Those who married in the 2000s are so far divorcing at even lower rates. If current trends continue, nearly 2/3 of marriages will never involve a divorce. The feminist movement played a role in the peak years of divorce. Since then, other factors have come into play, like birth control, a rise in cohabitation, and like 32-year-old Charlie and 31-year-old Kelly, later marriages.
I experienced a lot with traveling and living in different places too, and just kind of learned a lot about myself and what I wanted to.
Dr. Worthington says the average age of men who get married today is 28 years old, women 26. This is compared to 23 and 21 in the 70s.
By the time people got married, they tended to be more educated, they tended to be a little economically more well off. And they had kind of factored out people that were not very compatible with each other.
Marrying young didn't work for Keith Polarick. He said "I do" at 22, but was divorced 10 years later. He admits youth was a factor in the split.
When you're young and when you're like 22, 21 years old, you have no idea who you are, what you're about. If I could go back and talk to my younger self, then I would say, hey, wait a little bit of time.
I think being sure that you found the person that you think you're going to be committed to is the key.
Charlie and Kelly say they were ready for that commitment together after taking the time to get to know themselves individually.
The life experiences you had in that, I guess, 10-year period from 20 to 30, you know, it was important, I think, for both of us to go through that. You need to have something that binds you together. For us, you know, that's our faith. And, you know,
Same
goals, yeah, you know, and we're best friends, you know, we just really couldn't see it any other way. We're going to always be consciously working on our marriage.
And if you want to take a look at the full New York Times article, we'll have that posted on our website, NBC12.com. On your side, Britni McDonald, NBC 12.